Hey guys, welcome back. And day one of NFL free agency, the legal tampering period is over. And we're going to take a closer look at my 5 winners and losers of day one. There were a bunch of teams that made moves. Now, I will say, one of the losers is just me being completely biased. There's a sneak peek. We had a lot of teams that made some really good moves that we could talk about being potential winners. I thought the Commanders did a fantastic job. The Browns, the Seahawks, they weren't my ultimate 5 winners, but for day one, these are the 5 I got. Make sure you guys leave a like on the video, subscribe if you are new. We're trying to hit 600 by the end of March. We'll be going on a break for a few days, and then I think Thursday or Friday, I think it's Thursday, I will have a prospect spotlight going up for you guys. So stay tuned for that, but let's go ahead and get into it with the big winner, the Chicago freaking Bears. And this goes back to Friday, the move they made to bring in DJ Moore, traded back from the number 1 pick, but Tremaine Edmonds, TJ Edwards, Nate Davis, those 3 moves were fantastic for the Bears. Nate Davis, some offensive line help for Justin Fields, which you desperately need. Now, I was confused about them going out and getting Edmonds and Edwards, but they're fantastic players. Huge upgrades to a much needed upgrades on this defensive side of the ball. I really like what Chicago was able to do. Now, I'm recording this at 10:48 p.m. Central Time. If any other moves have happened, I have no idea. Maybe they go out and sign Orlando Brown. Who knows? They are a huge winner for day one. Improved that defense, got Justin Fields some help, and I don't think they're done. I think there are some more moves that Chicago's going to make. I feel like I'm missing a move that they made today. I think it was one of their more under-the-radar moves. Let me make sure I'm not missing anything really quickly, because I believe they made another splash here. They went out and got DeMarcus Walker as well, the edge from the Tennessee Titans. Not a bad pickup, another good pass rusher. So the Bears made some moves today, and they're a huge winner. Who's not a winner are the Dallas Cowboys, because they didn't make a move. Now, they are linked to Bobby Wagner, which is good. They need to make a move, though. I mean, whether that's re-signing Dalton Schultz or adding some help in the secondary, they didn't do anything. They've been silent. They've lost their offensive coordinator, and Dallas needs to make a move because everyone else in the division is getting better, and Dallas is not. I'm very confused why they haven't made any moves, but they're a loser so far in free agency just because they haven't done anything. A winner has to be the Atlanta Falcons. Talk about a big win. Traded a 7th-round pick for Jonnu Smith, which is a sleeper pickup for Atlanta. They had a nice move there. But the big one, going out and getting Jesse Bates and David Onyemata, 2 really good pickups for them on the defensive side of the ball. They needed some help on the interior of their defensive line. They got it with David Onyemata. They needed some help in that secondary. They went out and got Jesse Bates. Huge pickups for Atlanta, and they're making themselves a team to look at in the NFC South. That NFC South is weak. Who knows what Carolina is going to be, even with the number 1 overall pick. Now they're improving their defense. They stay put at number 8. Atlanta could make some noise here. I'm not saying anything. They got some more cap space left to go out and make some more moves, but I like what Atlanta has done so far, and they're a winner in day one. We talked about it. The Colts are a loser. At first, I wasn't even thinking about it. You lose Bobby Okereke, unfortunately. Hope he does well in New York. Please take care of him. He was a great player for us for a few years. I think he was going to be really good for the Giants. We brought back EJ Speed. Okay, what are we doing? It doesn't seem like we got anything going. One, Matt Ryan's still on the roster. I know some people are going to say, well, wait till the new year to cut him. Well, you save $19 million today if you cut him. Where I've got an issue, the Colts have been notorious for not spending money in free agency. And about 10 minutes before recording this, we went out and gave Matt Gay the largest kicker contract in NFL history. Why? I know kicking's important, but we don't need to do that. We have so much bigger needs on this team. And we go out and get a kicker. Oh, this team's frustrating. I'm a Colts fan, so I'm going to be extremely biased here, but they're a loser. A big winner for me are the Denver Broncos. Now, they've been active today. Chris Manhertz, Jarrett Stidham, 2 rotational pieces. Who knows what Jarrett Stidham's going to be? They got him on a 2-year contract. Some people are going to be like, oh, they're giving Russ a short leash. Stop it. No, they're not. You need to address the backup quarterback position because Brett Rippon was going in games last year. You can't have that. Jarrett Stidham played well. The Broncos are trying to piece this together, and they made some really good pickups today. Ben Powers and Mike McGlinchey on this offensive line. Round of applause for Denver to go out and make those moves. because their offensive line was horrible last year. Garrett Bowles comes back healthy off the ACL tear. You add McGlinchey to the left side, and then you add Ben Powers in there. Great pickups for their offensive line, and then going out and get Zach Allen. Now, a lot of people are saying they overpaid. Now, it is a 3-year, $45 million contract. I don't really see it as too much of an overpay. Maybe I would have liked to get that closer to 39. I think Denver got a good player there. They lost Draymond Jones, replaced him with Zach Allen, who's coming off a career year, which, by the way, Vance Joseph was his defensive coordinator in Arizona. He's now the defensive coordinator for the Broncos. The Broncos are a good team. They're getting the team put together with a good coaching staff. I'm going to be interested to see what this team can do, but they made some good moves in free agency, and I'm really impressed by what they've done. As for the Cincinnati Bengals, they're a loser to me because you lost Von Bell and you've lost Jesse Bates. Those are two bad losses for you. You need those guys, I think. They've been huge for you guys in your championship runs the last couple of years. Now, 2 holes in the safety position. I know you're probably going to get Dax Hill. You re-signed Michael Thomas to a 1-year deal. You brought Jermaine Pratt back, which I think was a good pickup for them. Still think they need to make some more moves. They got cap space. Orlando Brown has been linked here. Laramie Tunsil has been linked here. CJ Gardner-Johnson has been hinting that he was going to go to the Bengals all afternoon. That still didn't happen. Maybe this was like the Lyle Collins thing where we kind of wait a few days, but CJ Gardner-Johnson probably is going to be a Bengal. Who knows? After day 1, they are a loser. Now, maybe that's going to change, but after day 1, they're a loser for me. The 49ers, man. I don't even know what to say. How in the world were you able to sign Javon Hargrave? I know you cleared money. Javon Hargrave was probably one of the best defensive players in this entire free agent class. And he just joined Eric Armstead, Nick Bosa, Fred Warner, Talanoa Hufanga on this defensive line. Oh my gosh. You had troubles trying to stop teams trying to score on the Niners last year. And where they really lacked in the NFC Championship game was interior defensive line help. And you just got one of the best ones in the entire league in Javon Hargrave. That's it. That's the only move you had to make. You're a winner. 4 years, I believe it's $84 million. Good deal for him. I know he's in his 30s, coming off a career year with Philly and an incredible season. And now he's in San Francisco. What a pickup for them. One that, honestly, was the first news that had me shook. I'm like, oh my, that just happened. Javon Hargrave's going to the Niners, and they're a massive winner. Speaking of Javon Hargrave, the team he's leaving is a loser. The Eagles did nothing. Absolutely nothing. They made no moves. They lost Andre Dillard. They lost Mike Epps. They lost... who else did they lose? They lost Javon Hargrave, TJ Edwards. They just lost players everywhere. Weren't able to re-sign Gardner-Johnson. Bradbury's probably gone. They're losing a lot of players, and they're not really adding players back. Maybe they got a big move in the works, but the Eagles are a loser after day 1 because you're losing so much talent and you're not bringing more talent in. That's the definition of a loser to me. A winner, though, the Las Vegas Raiders. They only made 2 moves for me that were really noteworthy. But Jimmy Garoppolo, I absolutely love this move for the Raiders. I know Jimmy Garoppolo is going to get a ton of hate because he hasn't won. He's turned the ball over at times, sure. Understandable why people would not like Jimmy Garoppolo, but especially considering you had Aaron Rodgers rumors and you had rumors that they were going to trade up to the number 1 pick. Jimmy Garoppolo is a pretty good quarterback. If you can get him a team around him, he can win you football games. We've seen this guy in the Super Bowl. He knows Josh McDaniels' offense. He's got good weapons around him. And they also went out and improved the defense by adding Mike Epps, which is a really good safety pickup for them, and one that I actually think is going to go really under the radar. This Raiders team needed secondary help. They still got money where I think they could go out and get a James Bradbury or a Byron Murphy. You need to maybe improve some more on that offensive line, but the Raiders got better today. I think they are better now than they were 2 weeks ago with Derek Carr on the roster. I think Jimmy Garoppolo gives them a better chance to win than Derek Carr. I know I'm going to sound crazy for that. I just think he's a better quarterback at this point in his career. You're sitting at the number 7 overall pick. You can draft another offensive lineman. You could draft a quarterback. There's so many ways you can go, but the Raiders are a winner to me. And the last loser, the Kansas City Chiefs. I know everyone's going to disagree with me on this. You lost Orlando Brown. You're going to lose Orlando Brown. I was a little concerned why they did that, but then they went out and signed Jawan Taylor to a 4-year, $80 million contract. You paid up to get, I believe it was $80 million. Let me make sure that Jawan Taylor went for that much because I don't want to get my numbers wrong. 4 years, $80 million. Absolutely, yeah. Why? This guy is a considerably worse player than Orlando Brown. He's been primarily a right tackle. Now you're going to try and move him over to the left side, which I think is a harder position to play. Plus, you also lost Andrew Wiley. That's a big loss in free agency. Now you got to play Niang on the right side, who has not shown anything. I'm a little concerned. I know they're the Chiefs. They're going to be fine, but I absolutely hated that contract for Jawan Taylor. Massive overpay. I know everyone's going to be like, well, the Broncos overpaid for Mike McGlinchey. Yeah, but at least Mike McGlinchey has showed he can be a consistent player. We haven't really seen that too much with Jawan Taylor. He's coming off a improved season, but he was a guy who was a potential, just going to be gone and out of the league maybe. Had a really solid season last year with Jacksonville, got paid. Can he convert over to a left tackle? I have no idea. But as of right now, the Chiefs are a loser. They're probably going to make a move. They're probably going to trade for Laramie Tunsil and keep him at right tackle, and I'm going to be wrong. But guys, let me know who are your big winners and losers after day one of free agency. Let me know down in the comment section below. That's going to do it for me in this one. Make sure you guys hit that like button, subscribe if you are new, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Adios.